Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a continuation of my Cruelty-Free Declutter series. This time we are decluttering my non-cruelty-free powders and concealers. But before we get into that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Also be sure to give this a thumbs up if you like this idea, if you are cruelty-free or thinking about becoming cruelty-free, or if you just like the video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for those of you who may not know, I recently decided to become cruelty-free. That is because I have always been a huge animal lover, and I just don't believe that it's necessary to test cosmetics on animals. Becoming cruelty-free, I have realized how many brands are not cruelty-free, brands that I thought probably were. I've realized that I have actually a lot of products from non-cruelty-free brands. So I decided to go ahead and declutter my products. I did start this series with my foundations and my primers. If you did not see that video, I will link it up in the cards below, above, so you can go and check that out. Let's go ahead and get into the declutter. Alright, so we are going to start with, please don't pay any attention to my nail. By the way, this was the Essence gel polish. I picked it up along with some of those other Essence products that I tried out in my last video. This chipped yesterday, so that was about 2 days after I applied it. So anyways, these right here are my concealers. So just like with my foundations, I don't have a huge collection of concealers. So first up, this one right here is the Lancome Tainty Doll Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. This I have in the shade 220 Buff. I'm usually not into high-end because I typically can't afford it, but I got this for free for working at Sephora along with the foundation. I tested it out. I loved it. It was the perfect shade for me. It was exactly what I wanted in a concealer. Like, it wasn't too super full coverage. I could just put a couple dots right under my eyes, but unfortunately Lancome is not cruelty free, so I will be giving this away. Then the next one we have is the newest concealer to my collection. So I did just test this one out in my last video, the full face of new products from Essence. I will link that up in the cards above if you want to go check that out. This is the Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer. I have it in the shade 20 Light Ivory. I liked it. I bought it after becoming cruelty-free, so that should tell you Essence is a cruelty-free brand, so we will definitely be keeping this one. Next up is actually one of my oldest concealers. So we go from my newest concealer to my oldest concealer. This one is, in fact, I think it's almost out, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have the shade 10 Light. I actually enjoyed this concealer. I used it a lot when I first got into makeup, so it is almost out. Maybelline is not a cruelty-free brand, so I will be throwing the rest of this away. Next up we have the Lottie London Got It Covered Sponge Applicator Concealer. I have the shade Buff. So basically with my skin tone, almost everything that I have has the word buff in it. I honestly don't remember if I liked this or not, and it's somewhat of a recent purchase. I just did a video not that long ago testing out Lottie London products. I don't remember if I like this though, so I'll have to go back and use it a little bit more because this is a cruelty-free brand, Lottie London is, so I will definitely be keeping that. Then next up we have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I really like this. I'm not a huge fan of using it under my eyes, but I love using this to prime my eyelids. Fortunately, Flower Beauty is a cruelty-free makeup brand, so we will be keeping that one. Alright, so next up is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I have the shade Light Medium Beige. This is also one of my oldest concealers, this and the Maybelline one. I said in my last video, I've always been a huge fan of Wet n Wild. I love their products. They're so affordable but great quality. Unfortunately, it's still kind of up in the air whether they're cruelty-free or not. I've actually decided to keep my Wet n Wild products. I know I said in my last video I was throwing them away or donating them. I've decided to keep my Wet n Wild products but not use them right now, that we can kind of come to a conclusion, and hopefully a cruelty-free conclusion. Saving them for now, but not going to be using it or featuring them on my channel. Okay, so the next one that we have is by RK by Kiss. This is the CNC Concealer. So this is in the shade Light Nude. RK by Kiss is a cruelty-free brand, so I will be keeping that one. Then next up we have from the brand Pacifica. This is their Natural Minerals Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. It is 100% vegan, and it says right there on the packaging it is cruelty-free. Pacifica is a cruelty-free brand, a 100% vegan brand, so we will definitely be keeping that one. Alright, so then the next one, it pains me to say, this is the NARS concealer. So I also got this one in gratis for working at Sephora, and I absolutely loved it. Like I said before, I have such a hard time finding concealers that are to my taste. This to me was perfect. I think I prefer kind of stick concealers. This is the only stick concealer that I have. Unfortunately, recently, I want to say this year, NARS lost their cruelty-free status when they started selling in China. So I will be getting rid of that, unfortunately. I have in the shade Light 3 Honey. If any of y'all have a dupe for the NARS stick concealer, let me know in the comments down below. If it's a cruelty-free brand, I would love to try it out. Alright, so this next one I'm very confused on. So this is from the brand Femme Couture. They are sold in Sally Beauty. This is the Get Covered Maximum Coverage Concealer. I think I mostly use it to prime my eyelids. I cannot find a definitive answer on whether Femme Couture is cruelty-free or not. So we will be setting this to the side kind of with my Wet n Wild products. I won't be using it right now. Hopefully I can do a little bit more research to see whether or not it is cruelty-free. If any of y'all know, if you know if Femme Couture is cruelty-free, let me know down in the comments. And finally, the last product that we have right here, this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I have it in the shade Medium Beige, so this is too dark of a shade for me, and that might be why. I tried this out in, I think, my $50 e.l.f. makeup challenge. I tried it out and I wasn't a huge fan, but I know so many people are. e.l.f. though is a cruelty-free brand, so we will definitely be keeping that one. So I think we did pretty well with concealers, even though the amount that I'm keeping is more than the amount that I'm giving away. The ones that I'm giving away are the ones that I use the most. So in the pile that we are keeping, we have Essence, Lottie London, Flower Beauty, RK by Kiss, Pacifica, and e.l.f. Those are all cruelty-free brands. In the pile that we are giving away, the ones that are not cruelty-free brands, we have Lancome, Maybelline, and NARS. And then this right here are the ones that are kind of confusing, up in the air, not quite sure, and that is Wet n Wild and Femme Couture. Alright, so moving on to powders. This one will be rather quick because we actually only have one powder in here that is not by a cruelty-free brand. Just kind of going through the ones that I do have. I have my NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana. I have the Essence All About Silky Matte Fixing Powder. This is in Translucent Rose. I have the Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder. I have the Manna Kadar Flawless Finish Dual Powder in the shade Flawless Ivory. I have the Pacifica Crystal Rays Luminous Translucent Setting Powder. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. I have the Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in Lace. One of these things is not like the other. 6 of these brands are cruelty-free, only one of them is not. So, as y'all probably know, Maybelline is not a cruelty-free brand. So this is the one item, this is the one powder that I will be getting rid of. I've actually used quite a bit of it. This I think was the first setting powder, finishing powder, any kind of powder that I ever used. So I will be throwing this one out. So all the rest we are going to be keeping. So again, that belongs to NYX, Pacifica, Revolution, Manna Kadar, Bella Pierre, and Essence. Alright y'all, so that is it for today's video. So those are all of my non-cruelty free powders and concealers decluttered. So like I said in my last video, I'm not necessarily going to throw all of the non-cruelty free products away. I will either donate them, I will give them to friends or family, or I will throw them away if they are really old or if they are almost empty. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. I am so excited about becoming cruelty free. If any of y'all have any recommendations on brands that I haven't mentioned yet or products that I haven't tried yet from cruelty free brands, I would love to hear them. Leave those in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.